Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Fate Apocrypha, which is on episode 7. Now, this episode right here was actually pretty cool. Not too bad, although in a simple way that if I had to put it in every other video I've been always talking about. It seems that to me, two factions are now finally going to move against each other, in other simple words. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that, Mordred's master, Akano Sable ends up taking on the master of Kiron, etc. But apparently, the master of Kiron, or Black of Archer, if anything, is later on saved. How am I supposed to say it? Saved by her little brother, which is like Collis, and of course that's Fiore. And of course, they say they'll sell this in Trifas, etc., and try to make things go off from there. And of course, Akanu Saber and her master, of course, the motorcycle guy, if I like to call him that way, exchanges a couple words of how things became and gets ready to go to the next location. But aside from all that, we have to it that there is a scene with Sieg trying to talk to the old man, asking him what does it mean to be free. And the old man puts it in simple words and not a lot of detail, if you don't want a lot of detail of how the conversation is like free of thought. It's like, what do you want to do? What does your heart tell you? Although there are a lot of things that we want to do within our hearts of what we want to do in our life, there's a lot of things that ties us down from unable to reach that. To be free is to decide what you want to really do. And eventually, I think Sieg ends up making his decision after having that small talk, after realizing a couple things here and there. As for Kotomine Shiro, he ends up having a little talk with Akano Assassin after sleeping on her lap, and Akano no Lantern, and everyone is arrived up to the battlefield or the castle that they're at. And we have to it that that freaking Lancer, especially Archer, Red faction by the way, are pretty shocked to see what kind of what kind of building this is. And we have to it that Assassin says that this is like Ariel of Babylon or something that that's some kind of powerful fortress that's known to be, that's her noble phantasm or something. It's like a moving fortress in overall simple words or perspective, if that's what you've been trying to understand or looking for. And we have to it that the Black faction is also mustering their forces and gets ready to clash against the Red faction with their undead army, etc. So as for Berserker of Black, she was ordered not to remove the limits of her noble phantasm or something, etc. Otherwise, she could possibly be killed or waste a lot of energy and possibly be killed. While Black of Rider gets ready to fight as well, along with Black of Archer. Of course, the entire Black faction gets ready to go to war against the Red faction. Obviously, the only thing is, I question is they're gonna use Berserker or Red, and of course, I think Assassin of Black's not there. Speaking of Assassin of Black or Jack the Ripper, which is the small girl, she ends up healing up by eating a mage's heart, etc. So that becomes a little complicated in a certain sense of danger, etc. So yeah, and we have to it that Sieg ends up getting ready to go off where he's gonna go to, and it looks like to me his heart is already set, obviously, just by looking at his eyes and realizing when Jean asked him if he really cares about the homunculus at the place he was born at, etc. And it looks like he might be going there. It's just a theory or just a hypothesis I think of. Don't take it too seriously. So I'm pretty sure all you guys might be asking me in simple words, what would you say in this episode for me not to watch the whole thing? I can't believe I am even saying that. All I can really tell you in a couple sentences is that two factions, Red and Black, are about to go head to head against each other, mustering all their forces, all their power, and clash on one plain battlefield, which is pretty open wide with no narrow spaces of buildings surrounding them and just on a plain battlefield. I'll call it the Fields of Pelennor. Sorry for making the Lord of the Rings reference right there. Aside from that, like I said, black and red are about to clash against each other in one big opening field of battle. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off for Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.